Yeah, good morning, fellow gamers. It is I once again, Side the Risen, with another Monster Hunter video. As you can see, this video is not about the hate of Lunestra. It's pretty much about the fact that it's hard to deal with her, especially burning everything, and the noobs that tend to flashbang her when you know you're not supposed to flashbang her because she does her special. I don't know if it's a supernova like Teostra or whatever they call it, but you'll see in the first two parts of this video they do the same thing over and over. I had so many videos with people flashbanging this monster in particular, knowing there it go. And what's gonna happen? She's gonna go up, she's gonna do her super, and we're gonna freaking burn to death because some noob didn't pay attention when they told you in the notes or other videos that you watch that if you basically flashbanger, it speeds up her process of doing her super. Like you can bring it on, which I mean, it's nothing really bad about that if you do it when we're not within close proximity of the monster. If you see her getting to the point, excuse me, where she's about to do it, or it's building up, then go ahead and go ahead and flashbang her, allow her to go into her supernova. But when we get a chance to get away from her, not when we're right next to her, especially in the arena, like get outside the arena, flashbang her, and then we go from there. But a lot of people tend to make that mistake where they flashbang her knowing that if you do it, it's gonna expedite her that process, as far as like pushing her to do her super, and that doesn't work in a close proximity to her. Like it's just not smart. And please, people that are noobs, I'm pretty much a noob when it comes to Monster Hunter World. Like I said, I'm a hardcore Destiny fan and Division, but I chose to get on Monster Hunter World. I picked up the game, and I got hours in it, but that's besides the point. Uh, I don't hate Nostra. It's just I just don't like the fact that people know that you're not supposed to flashbanger and they do it anyway. And a lot of times it wrecks the hunt. Like you seen in the beginning, I died. I basically after a while let myself die because I mean the guys kept doing the same thing. Flashbanger, flashbang, flashbang. And what happened? She go into her super, one of us will faint and die, and it's just I mean she's an irritating monster. I don't hate her. She's not the hardest monster, but the simple fact that she's constantly, adding status effect to you, and you gotta constantly be using some type of potion, or, that's basically what you do. You're running through potions, but as long as you got your potion and you're able to stay out of uh, that the radius of her blast, which is wide, a lot of times it's not even that. It's the simple fact that she applies a status effect to you and then uses her tail to pretty much uh, daze you. And a lot of people, they're gonna be like, oh well, there's ways to get around that. But look, people can say what they want, but in this game, you're pretty much locked in certain gear sets. Like if you want to deal with her in particular, you got to go with things that block you from fire and blights, but mostly fire. You got to have a lot of resistance of fire in order to deal with her. So that pretty much locks you into certain gear sets because not every gear set has fire resistance on it. And you could go with other things. You constantly getting your heal back, but you're basically gonna be using a lot of potions. You're using a lot of, you can't always rely on like your mantles and things of that nature. You have to have fire resistance when you deal with Lunestra. So like I said, you're pretty much locked into particular gear sets. And if you wanna substitute that, there's on the you can only do so much, but for the most part, you want to increase your damage. You want how should I say, if you want to drop some of your fire resistance and add attack boost, you can, but you're taking a chance of being a detriment to your team. So you're pretty much locking the gear set. So for the people that might happen to jump on my comments, especially the Monster Hunter hardcore fanboys, the ones that this is only the only game that you play, and but you're a so-called gamer, but the Monster Hunter World is the only game you play. This is not to offend you. This is just basically to say the truth. You're locked into gear sets, and that's what it is. You either have your fire resistance high, or you burn the hell up, or you're constantly using potions, and like I said, you become a detriment to your team. And that's pretty much it on that. I know from the caption it said that I hated Lunestra, but that's just kind of like a joke. I don't hate Lunestra. Like I said, she's irritating, but the same with Negrigante. When I first fought him, he was irritating, dive bombing all over the place, like Basil Goose, or that guy was another one that was always all over the place. Teostra constantly adding a status effect to you. Not as bad as his queen. This chick in particular, or this whatever, we won't gender assign, but yeah, burning everything the fuck up. Like everything is on fire, constantly on fire, constantly adding status effect, constantly not only adding blight but just painting the freaking ground with fire. It's just like, yeah, she's an annoying fight. Maybe one of the most annoying fights. I know they're gonna have other monsters that come into this game. It's probably gonna be a lot more irritating. But this one in particular, this monster, I don't hate her, but I hate the fact that when I fight her, it's like I really have to just use a lot of potions, or I got to use mantles, and I don't know. It's not hard to solo her because I have solo her a few times, but it's just I don't really like the way that she applies the status effects, and there's only certain things you can do. The one mantle that you get is good, it blocks things as far as like you take damage, but you don't take the blunt of it, and that's cool, but yeah, this is probably one of the most annoying fights that I've had to deal with in Monster Hunter World since I first jumped on this game. But all in all, I still love it. More than Destiny, no, that's not possible. But I still love it just as much. It is a fun game. It is a challenge, and for the people that might be like, get good. Well, I've soloed damn near every monster in this game, so I don't know how good you got to get. Like how many times you got to kill the same monster over and over before you're actually considered good at it. Like I can go through this game without dying. I've did it without fainting, but I mean, this monster is an irritating monster to fight. She's not that hard. She's just irritating, like I said, because she's constantly adding status effects to you, and it's almost annoying. If yeah, like Negrigante Kushala with the wind, and you have to use certain gear in order to prevent that. You know, but I guess that's just the way it is. But it does lock you into a certain play style. I mean, you can, as far as weapons, as long as the weapon has that element that the monster uh well, the element that affects the monster, you're good, but that's weapons. As far as like gear, you can only use certain gear on certain monsters. I mean, you can try to go outside of the meta or whatever, outside the norm, and try to be the standout. But in a lot of cases, if you go in to fight a monster that constantly puts down fire, and you use thunder, you're gonna die. I don't care how much your health is up. I don't care how much recovery gems, and yeah, especially if you're not augmented, and a lot of times you're not gonna be it takes a lot. You gotta do a lot. You gotta grind a lot just to get the stones to augment any of your gear. So that's another headache. But I mean, I guess that's a part of Monster Hunter World. A lot of people would disagree with the fact that I disagree with that. But like I said, those are most of the hardcore fans. Uh, but it's just the way it is. Like uh, it's like with this game, they didn't want to bring it out here. It was overseas, Japan. They didn't want it over here because the Western audience is a lot different. We like to play our games a lot different, and the Japanese, and over there they like to their challenges. They like it a lot different. But of course, this audience is a lot more vast, so they had to change a lot of things up. So I'm not gonna complain. I'm just gonna say that this monster is extremely irritating. But I do like her gear, and I like to fight her. And I haven't got all her weapons because, like I said, Destiny faction rallies, and seeing that I'm a Destiny hardcore, uh, I don't get to play this game as much anymore. It's just Destiny has improved a lot of things, and I'm back. So yeah, all in all, sorry if I sound a little nasally. Allergies are kicking my ass in the morning, and yeah, and that's just basically what this whole video was about. I enjoy this fight. It's just irritating, for the ones like I said might want to jump in the comments. This one in particular, we're pretty much bringing her ass to her, and that's just the way it is. We killed their mate, now we came and slayed her. These guys are pretty much on point. They didn't do really anything wrong. The other groups that I was playing with, they tend to just do all the wrong things, especially like I said, constantly flash banging her, and you can't flash pot her because, like I said, she's gonna do her little supernova, and you're gonna get roasted, and basically you're gonna ruin the hunt if you can't heal quick enough, or you're not outside of the radius of her blast, you're dead. You'll be lucky if you survive it, unless you're just maxed out on fire resistance. And like I said, when you do that, you lose a lot of damage as far as, like, your attack boost, and it just depends on what gear sets, like I said, that you adorn. But for the most part, yeah, you're locked in gear sets. That's the only thing I hate. Like, you're locked in, and as far as like the fire resistant Jews, I've only seen fire resistant one, or you got to stack a lot of fire resistant Jews, but you never hit that cap. So yeah, maybe I could be wrong, but as far as from what I've seen, my hunter rank is not that high. I'm like 118 now, but like I said, there's other games that I play a lot, so you know sue me. But yeah, that's pretty much it on this video. I just want to, show my disdain for this monster as far as like how irritating it can be. But for the most part, I love Monster Hunter. It's a really good game for people that might not have tried the genre of game. I would advise you to pick it up. I mean, even if you just gotta go rent it and try it out, uh, small disclaimer, no, major disclaimer. I don't get paid for saying this. I'm just saying, it's a good game. Uh, it's like Destiny and Division. I'll always recommend them games, whether they're frustrating at times, because they are actually good as far as like uh, gunplay and everything. It's really challenging, those games. And this one is another one that's like extremely challenging. And if you're up for the challenge and you don't mind dealing with irritating ass monsters like this one, I would advise you to pick it up. And just knowing what's to come with other monsters, oh yeah, you like a challenge, I would pick it up. Sorry if I stuttered a lot. It's just, I don't know, my nose is messed up, and I just, I'm tired, and I'm gonna go in Destiny after this. So you enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Sire the Risen, and it's me and randoms digging off in Lunestra, uh, trying to get her gems. And that's it. I'm out. Late.